I love you.
Well, he knows what that soul shaking love is.
What's going on? It's your boy Syntell with the Intel, and I'm here with the beautiful Mikel-Claire.
Blah blah blah. I can't. I know.
You go blah blah blah, and I go Louis. Tell me you love me, Louis.
Oh my god.
Hey, listen, this is Interview with the Vampire, season 2, episode 4. This episode is called "I Want You More Than Anything in the World." That's troubling coming from a toxic relationship.
I don't think it's troubling.
Yeah, well, we about to see how this all unfolds. Listen, make sure you stay to the very end, because me and Mikel-Claire are going to break it down, have a bit of a back and forth, if you will, over the things that we've enjoyed and the things that, you know, we may be scratching our heads about. So, without any further ado, let's get started.
Stay tuned after the show for an...
Claudia, Louis.
Oh, Louis.
Oh, Louis.
You know how I feel about us vampires, Louis.
Thanks, AMC.
I had to give the dramatic so you'd know what we were doing just there to say.
I want you more than anything in the world.
Why, thank you. It's not the first time I've been told that.
The thing you want to hear from a toxic person.
How do you know who's saying it? Oh, Claudia, no.
Hey, she got a little moment to shine, though. That baby doll dress is hilarious.
It's just like the porcelain dolls.
Wow.
Rebel and a happy baby bird. And a happy baby
Look at the people.
loves
They're all
to
mesmerized.
sing with the
Look at you. Like,
No, I am Louis right now. Louis like, what the?
Not ignore! It is a foot!
What in the world? They nailed her foot to the floor?
So she wouldn't fly away.
Birdie Lou's caught in a trap. But she's flapping her wings.
Is jacked up.
Don't you remember Santiago's play?
Yeah.
Birdie
Oh,
loves
she
the
just...
breeze.
Oh my gosh. Really?
Wow.
Where are the canapes?
Out the window.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, look at the
Look at the
spirit.
little spirit.
Wow.
We even added back a Wednesday French performance.
How did the coven take it?
Mostly with good grace.
They were bitter.
He's like, I'm gonna tell you like it is.
I hate my mortal father.
Dang.
Why she beats me with a kuss.
That's about
Oh
3
my
minutes.
gosh.
Fuck off. 3 minutes.
Yeah, they're not loving it. Oh.
Oh, well, she was serving another way. Oh, well, there we go. She's getting blood.
Blood.
Look, they dress like her and everything.
I told you, it's just like a Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Uh-oh.
She's flapping her wings and getting
She's tired of it.
free.
Don't do it, baby Lou.
Birdie loves the breeze.
Oh my gosh, you will see it more than once.
Oh, I mean, they're doing it like 3-4 times a week, I guess.
You'll no longer remove your costume. You'll sleep in it, rehearse in it, feed in it, hunt in it.
Oh my
You live with
gosh.
Lulu off stage until she returns to you on stage.
She like, don't look at me. That's what you wanted.
That's what I was about to say. You joined the coven.
Maybe his human friends ask why he can only meet a dog.
He reads books during Blood Sabbath.
I'll loan it to you when I'm done.
Dang, homie.
For bumping into the scenery, but let Louis
Yeah.
run wild.
It's a show of shallow power. Kiss
They're checking him.
Yeah.
Is it thirst?
Just say it. Be like, look, I'm the oldest here and I'm feeling them. That's what you need to know.
Are you companions?
Yeah.
Yes.
But you can't expect.
See, there we go. Okay, there's
But you can't expect the rest of the coven to respect what you're saying if you're gonna have double standards.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's whatever you want to call it.
An affair, a romance.
I don't think Louis realizes how much danger he's in.
I don't think so either. I don't think he ever really does, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You don't talk about your mother very much.
No, I don't. And so it's okay if you don't remember her name. But that's just how they're settled, and that's great. This is great. What we got is great.
Uh-huh. I was waiting for Lestat.
It's not a companionship.
Oh, God, how do you manage it?
That's my dude.
And that's good. It's easy.
It's easy.
It's not easy for me.
Because Louis wants to live his life.
Night for you. How that danger compounds with every slight.
What?
Yep.
You rarely join us for a hunt.
Dude, Louis, you can't be that blind.
He is. It's so weird, isn't it?
Do you notice how hot the room gets when you two talk about the secret?
Progress.
Only shit to work when I think of shit that pisses me off.
Yes, that would help.
Okay then, I'll come around more.
You have to get back. Coffee.
I love you.
Louis is so
Oh.
oblivious. He's so oblivious.
He is. Why? He's like so like.
I love you.
Well, he knows what that soul shaking love is.
The time? I'm not sure the term applies to a vampire. Perhaps when the book is published, enterprising psychotherapists will write papers.
Until then, you only have Daniel Malloy.
Uh-oh. Oh.
Would you like to know what it felt like?
Yeah.
I could feel the movement of air with his movements.
Dang.
Wow.
If I were to reach out and touch his hand, I wouldn't say it was his hand,
This is soul.
but it was not his hand.
Wow. He said that right in front of Armand.
And I was not aware he was as present as it seems he was.
Wow.
Really? It's fascinating.
That look.
Yeah, because I wouldn't. Ooh, you don't want to hear about no ex like that.
So, were you two the only ones who survived the fire at the theater?
Oh.
Oh.
He's gonna say, how'd you know there was a fire?
You weren't provided any information
Yep.
about the fire in our...
Yep. See?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh-wee.
Is that what makes you fascinating?
What is Armand doing?
In high school, you told a girl you don't need
It's
to.
in her head, in his
She had
head.
a paper.
See, yeah, Armand's been there before. He's been jacking his head up.
One of my researchers found it in the Beinecke Library in New
He
Haven.
might not
She thinks
know.
we're working on a book about
About a fire.
Huh.
in direct violation of the third great law, still journaling.
So she's the lead actress, and she still has to do
And
this
she's
part?
still on rat duty.
Ooh.
Well, I mean, the coven, they all have to do their part, right?
Yeah, and I mean, she is the rookie.
Why are you lurking?
Santiago. Why are you in there, Santiago?
Pepper Mateka moved me. I wanted to hear his heartbeat one last time.
Oh.
Well, here it comes.
Look how fascinated he is. Rats eating up this dude.
Law 3, it's not the history. It's just random thoughts. It's a habit.
Read me some.
That dude carries his power like
Yes,
nobody's business.
he does.
The Marie Celeste, because her talent disappeared without trace years ago.
Dang.
Goodness.
Is so far up Celeste's arse that she doesn't need a coffin to sleep in anymore. I do hope there's something juicy in there.
He's like, any gossip?
Things about you.
Oh.
Forked it over.
Well, she likes Santiago.
Yeah. I mean, they're the two youngest.
Well, and he's like a mentor that she never had.
You may feel protected by his equally tender attachment to your Louis. But tender.
Don't get it twisted.
Yep.
Francis Norton was transformed without the permission of the vampire Armand, in absent-minded violation of Law 1. And here lies his daddy vamp.
His daddy vamp.
Oh, please, don't be so melodramatic. I have bent Law 4 with at least half the working girls at Le
I do. I just love that. I really feel like he's the mentor that she wished she had had from Lestat.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, he actually listens to her, too.
Well, he actually likes her, unlike Lestat.
She like, I will not be disrespected.
And they got her doing this marketing. I would be a little upset. I'm not gonna lie. But I mean, she asked for it. Oh, the dressmaker, seamstress.
Dentale boutique, on soit la vente. Très chic.
Ouais, tu m'avais trop payé.
Oh, she went with the massive symbol.
Huh?
Yeah, the swastika.
Ton corps était pas encore formé, mais ton esprit déjà sophistiqué. Puis tu souriais pas.
Funny. You made no impression on me at all.
Yes, she did.
I just wouldn't say it because it's rude and obvious.
She likes her though.
I think she does. And I remember like first, like she had that conversation with her and got the dress. And then when she first went to the theater, she was very complimentary of the person who did the costumes. So I feel like there's some sort of liking to fashion for her.
And the waterfall of pretension bursting forth from his mouth and cavity.
Read my mind. Or have my melons.
Already doing it.
You don't have to ask twice.
To modernity itself.
Yes. Sculptors and authors and photographers and saxophone players intermingling and innovating, collapsing.
Talk about the Harlem Renaissance? What the segment?
Suppose I can't come off haughty. Everyone's fawning over Picasso, but not me. Not Louis Dulac. I'm out in the streets on the barricades.
Oh, he got him down pat, don't he?
Oh, God.
Dang.
That was really cool.
Dang.
Borrowed from French.
So, it's mimicry that you're good at? Like a parrot?
Gent with the upright downstairs.
Organ monkey?
Cajun drawl. I want to test a theory. Say,
Oh.
Anything else you want to say, buffoon?
Oh.
I couldn't hear you from the other side of the table.
Oh.
You got my attention now.
Oh.
Oh,
Spit it out.
I said enough.
Good boy.
Do you see how they bowed down like that?
wow. Wow.
he
Yo,
bowed
Armand
down.
is a different kind of powerful. Armand is on some.
He's the coven leader.
Wow.
He's the coven leader
Yo,
for a
that
reason.
was gangsta. That was dope.
I did that at the dinner party last night. You didn't see?
Yeah,
You've been showing
was
her
like,
what
huh?
the belly
Yeah,
is,
yeah. I
Zaman.
was like, nah, homie. We
Always
need a
something
moment.
interesting happening there.
I didn't think Louis would be that strong to kind of like, step to San Diego
Well, remember,
so quickly.
Santiago is young.
Yeah.
He's the youngest.
Only 5 prints left. You should buy one from me.
You can't sell that one though.
Photography. You get a good price.
Is he angry? Or what?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
I hope he took his picture back.
Early work. I can't read anything I wrote before Michael Jackson's hair caught on fire. But some of these aren't so bad.
Early work is it's a start.
Yes.
I think I've seen it somewhere, like in a book or something, right?
There's a good reason you picked that one, Daniel. It's not mine.
Why are his pants so big?
Fred Stye.
Oh.
Got him. Still glamoring him.
Why are some of those not his?
Probably Reid confused
High
them.
school, you told a girl you'd only do her if she had a paper bag over her head. She agreed and you did.
This is embarrassing.
Oh my gosh.
I was trying to pass them off as mine.
Yeah.
Who is that?
That's some man with a mustache.
An amateur. I want our readers to know that.
Sure. Can I get some aspirins?
He's breaking that hold that Armand's got on him slowly but surely.
Yeah, because I think for some reason he replaced the pictures. Maybe he had a lot of pictures of Claudia or something that, you know what I mean? So there was something there that he doesn't want him to remember again. Oh, the seamstress is there. I do wonder their fascination with each other, though.
Well, it's weird for not Claudia, but the other lady because, you're trying to establish this relationship with a little girl. It seems a little weird.
It does.
For whatever that was.
Hey. You want to ride home?
I can't tell if she's fascinated with her, if she wants to eat her, if she wants to turn her.
I think she's fascinated with her. Because I think you hit something on the nail with the dressmaking. She's doing something that she would want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And this fucking Gordon Parks fella you put in front of me? Guy spends 3 or 4 days with folks before he even picks up a camera. Friends with him and shit. I can't do that.
If it lacks singularity, there's nothing wrong per se with the frame, but perhaps going forward when the moon is your favorite source of light.
Lestat is very well learned when it comes to creativity.
From Düsseldorf. He was 19. He said, I want to know what love is before I die.
Sounds like a lie.
Too, but then he shook so much when I took my shirt off. And the love making, you know, so boyish. Up and down and up and down. And he has his eyes closed. You know, I said to him, you're making love to me and you think it's wrong to look at me.
She'll never know those kind of things because she's a child.
If I may say, it all makes you look weak.
You don't have any say,
I'm not
homie.
Lestat, Louis.
Okay.
That would be very difficult as Louis and as Armand to have Lestat. I mean, I know Armand can't see him, but I'm just saying to have that like that. Because that's how much a part of him he is.
The parents that sent him to work on a merchant boat in Delhi when in actuality they had sold him
in Delhi. Okay.
into slavery.
Wow.
Oh, dang.
All fragments shackled on the boat. I served him with all my heart.
Dang.
Basked in his mercy. The name the coven in Rome gave me. After they set fire to the studio, set fire to my maker.
Which is why you run saloon.
I'll let you whine and have your say. Most in my position would treat you no better than you treated your maker.
Oh,
let us agree. Going forward, you will do more than the bare minimum on and off stage.
that part.
And the friend you made, you will not see again. Yes.
I mean, here's the thing. She's the one that wanted to join the coven.
Yeah.
He is the leader of the coven.
Yeah.
There are rules.
Yes.
So.
Too young to play Polonius. Know your role, Thesp. Or join your maker in oblivion.
Ooh.
Dang, he said, know your role, Thesp.
No, he'd be him and Santiago up. Wow.
That's why Santiago's mad. He's like, yo, why is no one else catching this pause?
What is vampire life but poor decisions stacked next to better ones?
That's a bar.
Speaking of poor decisions.
Could trust Armand.
What about me and you? You and me and you.
New Orleans, unhappy. Vampire homeland, unhappy.
Unhappy.
No, it doesn't sound like him.
Does it sound like him? I forgot. Love makes you stupid. You and him and you and fucking him. Picked another one over me.
You picked the coven!
That's very true.
That part.
Yeah.
And she's still a child, though. That's the thing. Like, her mind is an adult, but her body and her brain is still a child's brain. Like, because remember, they say there's a reason why you don't pick them that young. Because they're not mentally stable enough to handle that. Like, a teenager, you can't have... We'll talk about it.
Santiago.
Man, I got an axe to grind.
Well, that and he knows he's being lied to.
Yeah. I mean, you can't really be mad at him.
You can't, because he's trying to make sure the coven is protected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are we hunting for, mon cher?
What are you hungry for, Lestat?
Rainy nights in Paris.
An illicit couple out for a cheat.
His wife and her husband nodding off in their ignorant beds.
Drain them in heat. Policemen arrive to the morgue.
Yeah, all that. Have a seat.
Uh-oh. This is goodbye?
Yeah. Not later.
I don't know. Maybe they're going to talk or he's going to...
Well,
I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he's saying goodbye to him.
he can't move forward if he can't let go of Lestat.
Oh, absolutely. But he's going to find out about... Santiago's going to find out about this.
You're gonna break it off with him, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's not safe.
I don't think that's what he's going to do.
Always doomed. Well, I'm happy you tried.
No, you're not. Then you say what I want you to say now.
Do I?
Say apple.
Apple.
Say it in French.
La pomme.
I was about to say it in French. See what I did?
See what you did.
Why this suit?
It's my favorite on you.
Really? I didn't know that.
The rain is washing him away. You see that?
Where he realized that Lestat doesn't really have that kind of power over him. It's just him in his head.
You might not know this, but I had the tailor inscribe your initials on the back side of the ticket pocket.
Oh, you gotta wash away the old to get with the new.
So you're married?
Oh.
That's fascinating how it's
that
washed
was-
away. Yeah, he washed away the past, right?
Goodness, that was an awesome scene.
I love how you can like summon your lover when you're a vampire.
You summoned me.
I love it.
The center isn't holding. Mutiny brewing. Everyone doing what they want when they want.
Everyone but you.
I'm not sure I can keep obedience any longer.
He's not the world's best leader.
Iago wants
It's your job.
Others will follow him. You should
Well, he didn't want it.
think to leave.
No.
You know, he didn't
I'm
ask.
staying
for
in
it.
Paris with you.
Oh.
And everyone's gonna be happy.
No, they're not. Dog.
You got an umbrella, homie.
See, I was just saying he's not a good leader, and he realizes that.
Iago wants
that
to be
Armand
coven leader.
ain't
Give him the job.
Yeah.
Fail.
Never.
Listen to me.
I can't.
Listen.
I will not.
Fine. Then throw him.
Oh, the journals. Remember that he told her, not supposed to keep this.
I want you more than anything in the world.
You sure about that, Aaron?
Why are you being so funny? Not you, I'm talking about Louis. Why are you just not accepting this what it is?
He just look how he lit his cigarette. That was dope.
He lit Armand's first, and then he lit his. He's like, I don't need this no more, homie. I got it.
One more thing to let go of.
Meet back at the theater and
He really
stagger
took that?
your arrivals.
Yes, maître.
Yes, maître.
Why they listen to him?
Because he's the man about action. People respond to action.
That's true.
Excuse me?
I take it back.
Take it way fucking back.
It was probably an honest mistake from the start.
You think I need to be coddled? Hyped up? Lied to?
I mean, they in there going at it.
A splinter of coldness in you. Is that what makes you fascinating?
Was he like a serial killer and he didn't know it?
Armand?
No, not Armand.
Oh.
Talking about Daniel Malloy.
No. I was a 33-year-old man when I became a vampire.
Known victims.
Known and suspected victims. Oh, is he going to be on the list?
I can't see it.
Daniel Malloy is his last name.
Would you like to join us?
His wife? Is that who it was? No?
I don't know. I'm not sure who that is.
There he is. That picture of him?
Yeah, I did on the
Yeah.
left. Who is that?
We still don't know. Yeah, I think he's the guy that was wrapped up in the plastic.
The plastic guy had a mustache.
Oh, yeah.
The meaning of your own story. Hey, stop!
Dang. Dang.
I heard Louis.
I did too.
What? Warning! I lost time. Things got a little heated.
With a boy. Things got heated with a boy.
Oh. Word?
What on earth? Oh, I don't want to see
That
this.
bad boy just... If you're watching this on YouTube, you're going to see a cut-down version of our reaction because we're only allowed to show you a limited amount of picture-in-picture. But if you want to watch the whole thing with us uncut, uninterrupted, head over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/Syntell. Become a member of this channel. You'll get access to the full uncut reaction, but you will need your own Netflix, HBO Max, or Disney Plus subscription so you can open up each episode in an adjacent window to our reaction. We'll give you a little time with a small reference video at the bottom of the screen to help you sync up the footage. and it'll be like you're watching it with your favorite pals from the internet. Off on us just like that, huh?
Wow. I did not expect it to end like that.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, that's nuts.
I don't know how to feel about that.
Yeah.
Like how it just cut.
All right. Well, shoot.
It makes me think maybe Daniel is he can't be a vampire.
No, I don't think Daniel's a vampire. Well, he wouldn't be getting sick. Vampires don't get sick.
Well, and he wouldn't be able to like be out in the light when he went to lunch and all that stuff.
Well, whoever it was shared the last name as Daniel. Because it was a Malloy,
Yeah.
the person I was fighting.
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to see the full name, but the last name was Malloy.
It was Kathleen or
Kathleen Malloy.
Yeah.
So if I remember, something happened to. So we haven't really disclosed who his wife and or lover may have been because Ahmad keeps like bum rushing his mind.
Yeah.
And kept trying to like make him relive like a moment or whatever. But the thing is that because we know that vampires can glamour people and convince them of things, you know, we don't know what's true and what isn't.
Very true.
So the little bit of evidence that we do have is that we do have some pictures of him in the 50s. He is with Louis. They're traveling to, I don't know, someplace in San Francisco.
They're in San Francisco.
Yeah. They're in San Francisco. There's a body that keeps showing itself and the body is showing itself in Daniel's memories. And we see them walking out with somebody that looks like they're intoxicated almost. I mean, it looks like they're walking them out walking them out of the building.
Yeah.
And they're either intoxicated or maybe they're already dead. We don't know.
Well, yeah,
and
we
then
don't know
we hear the panic of Armand saying something to the fact like, "What? It's almost dawn. Like you've been out this late doing whatever this thing is." So yeah, I haven't. That's not enough information for me to piece all the pieces together, and I think it's supposed to be a little fragmented. And them cutting it off so quick, I think, is a testament to how he's kind of feeling too. Like he'll have these thoughts, then they'll just kind of like maybe disappear.
Yeah.
Maybe that has something to do with Armand. I know I'm going on and on and on. How are you feeling about this episode? I had to say these things out loud so I can understand what are the things that I'm seeing, this imagery.
Okay, so I did like Claudia, you know, actually saying how she feels, and you can tell obviously that she's very, very not happy with how she's being portrayed over and over again every night as a young child, and she's like, yo, this is not me. But I just, and you and I had kind of touched on it while it was going on, like I'm super fascinated by the fact that she was the one that asked for this.
Yes.
She wanted to join the coven. She wanted to see others like her, but maybe she just doesn't realize that, like, you know, different places, different covens, obviously you're going to be involved in different things. Other than the fact that you're a vampire doesn't mean that you're necessarily like minds, right?
Right.
Yeah, because I mean, not all vampires in other countries are probably involved in the theater. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure that there are other things. Like maybe she could find a seamstress or a fashion coven somewhere. You know what I mean? So I think that's fascinating that she's discovered that this is not for her, but she already joined.
Yeah. Well, she's still, as compared to some of the other vampires, she is still inexperienced as compared to some of the other ones.
Yeah.
She's still stuck in this child's body. I mean, they said on some previous episodes that we don't make them this young for this reason because they're not mentally stable enough in order to take the dark gift.
Yeah.
You know, so maybe it's a hormone thing. I don't know the biology that's involved behind it, but just because you're mentally at an age of, 50, 60 plus years, your body is still that of a child, and it's going to respond, be it with temper tantrums, always wanting your way, all this, and we're seeing all of that. Like, she does not act like a woman that's going to be like, I forgot how old she is. I'm sure you'll let us know in the chat.
Yeah.
I'm assuming she's probably like in her 40s by now, at least, maybe even older. But she doesn't act like that. You know, she acts like the way that she looks, which leads me into the segue of her following the seamstress. Or being interested in the seamstress, because you hit on something that I think is really important, and that is she's constantly talking about, you know, the dresses. I didn't even really realize it until you had said that, and I was like, dang, okay, yeah, you're right. She does compliment like the wardrobe and stuff. And maybe that's something that she wants.
That's what I think.
You know, maybe she wants to be able to chase a passion, but chase a passion as a woman. You know, maybe there's still a small smidgen of hanging on to what it is to be human. You know, you see how captivated she was when she was telling the stories about a young love, the seamstress, about a young love who was acting too boyish for her. You know, maybe she connects that boyish attitude maybe with Louis, because Louis does act boyish sometimes as well. Sometimes. I don't know. I'm kind of spitballing. How are you feeling about what I'm saying?
Yeah, so far? I mean, I agree that I feel like the seamstress is more so an interest because of the clothing
Right.
and the fashion.
Right.
And she's never had a female in her life since she's been turned.
Right.
So she doesn't have that role model, that, example.
It's true.
Of what, women are interested in, or what they, interested in. I know obviously not all women are interested in fashion, but I'm just saying she doesn't have any examples of that. So I think that her fascination with her is because she's a woman that, she wants to be of that age, and, she may have same interest in that. So I feel like she's still longing, trying to find herself, as we know.
Yeah.
And even though she thinks this coven was supposed to be it, I think she's learning that that's not all that she is or could be.
Well, I think there's also something to the solitude of being a vampire and why covens keep you from losing your ish, right? And we got a bit of an example when we saw the very old lady. I think that was like episode 1, maybe, or episode 2 in the war, when they met the very old lady who
jumped in the fire.
Was like, I can't be around people anymore, or I'm done with this life, or whatever that thing is. And that's a very, a disturbing example of another woman that is a part of the vampire dark gift kind of thing. And you see how that responded, that can mess with you. And then add to the fact that she was physically abused, and I'm assuming sexually abused as well, maybe, I don't know. But she took abuse from somebody else, another guy, another man who she, for whatever reason, decided to hang around, So she's lost her family before she got made. Her house was burning down. She's got made into the father figure in her life didn't really want anything to do with her. Right? So she runs away, finds another dude. You get that abuse. She finds another woman that can maybe help her, and she throws herself into the fire. Well, hell yeah, I can certainly understand why the seamstress is the way to go, why there's going to be some type of attachment. Because even in the coven, there's not a lot of people that's really paying her a whole lot of attention other than Santiago. Everybody else is kind of like, whatever.
But it's fascinating, though, that she's like found this woman that's a human.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I don't know why, like you said, maybe there's people in the coven that just aren't talking to her, but I mean, there's several women in the coven.
Yeah.
So I don't understand necessarily why she doesn't have some sort of, connection with them or have conversation with them, or why they don't try to talk. You know what I mean? I wonder what that is and why that's not a thing.
Yeah. Let me ask you, and also the question, the people in the chat as well. It feels like the through line for me this episode is kind of like letting go.
Okay.
And embracing embracing kind of like what you're capable of, and let me compare and contrast, I guess. Like letting go, of course, when I'm talking about Lestat, and I thought it was very beautifully done, and then finding out that sometimes things run a replay and a loop in your head, and you end up creating your own demise as a result of that in your own confusion. And then him letting go and then accepting his next phase, or being able to move forward, was him being able to, when he threw the lighter away and then let the cigarette on. I thought that was kind of like a bit of a through line. Is there anything that maybe I'm missing regarding that? Maybe you can connect the dots regarding like what this episode is trying to tell us?
I still feel like it still has to do with like, figuring out your identity. I feel like that's like a through line in a lot of the books.
Okay.
Yeah, and just in general. Because if you think about Louis, and he got disappointed about how his photography was responded to, because he felt like that was who he was.
Right.
And then even he told Armand, he's like, I'm not a photographer. You know what I mean? So I feel like they're still trying to figure out, and it's interesting that they're using being a vampire as trying to figure out your identity. But I feel like they're trying to say, just because you are a vampire doesn't mean that that's your entirety of who you are.
Okay.
Which is fascinating to me.
Okay.
And then, with Claudia, the same thing. Even though you are a vampire, you found other vampires, but you're still not happy because there are other parts of you, or there can be other parts of you. So I that's the part that I think is like just very fascinating. I think we're going to see that like the entire season. Yeah.
There's something too that especially affects our community pretty heavily, and that's generational trauma. And we've already seen it, firsthand with Claudia. Claudia is our biggest, like, in your face, this is what generational trauma looks like. But come to find out, Armand is suffering from it as well. How did you feel about that story of him talking about how he became who he is today?
The funny thing is, the jury's still out for me with Armand, because I still feel like he's not being honest with not only Daniel but also with Louis. And we saw that again with the photographs that were in the portfolio that weren't his. And so I mean, that's
a weird piece.
So to me, like, I find Armand very intriguing, but because I don't trust him still, like I don't have any sympathy for his story.
Right.
I'm glad that we found out about it, and I know like his backstory and how he was made, and that he used to be this and that and that and that. But I don't have any sympathy as of right now because I feel like he's lying. I mean, what did you have it? How'd you feel about the story? Did you have any kind of connection?
Yeah, I did. I thought it was kind of dope because it kind of made him and Claudia a little bit more parallel in a sense of maybe you're not getting everything you need, or maybe not getting the treatment and the love that you need in order to grow as a human being and or vampire. You know, Armand loved and gave himself completely to his maker, only to be, you know, pimped out. You know, and then he's looking back at like fragments of a memory of a moment, and he still is suffering from that generational trauma. And I think the actor that plays Armand did such a really good job of. I think he was for real with that pain. You know, who knows what spawns that, you know, as a result of it. Maybe that's the reason why he's such a terrible leader, because the people that led him kind of let him down. You know, because he's not good at being a leader. We saw when Louis first met him. When Louis first met him, the coven was in shambles, and Lestat came and messed up the coven by, you know, denouncing God and everything, and he just let the coven fade away. You know, and then we saw it, and we're seeing it happen again. History's kind of like repeating itself. And then there's something I thought was interesting when Louis was like, yo, I used to run stuff. You know, I am a natural born leader. This is kind of like what I do. You know, maybe you should listen. But I think all of that is tied into his trauma from him being in the beginning. Like maybe he doesn't feel worthy of being able to lead other people. This is me just spitballing. Of course, obviously I'm curious what you all think in the chat as well. But I did really, really enjoy that scene.
Yeah, well, that's because it's fascinating to me because I personally don't consider him a bad leader.
Okay.
You know, you see that they still go to him when there's an issue or someone is breaking rules or and he handles business.
Okay.
Like he's not gonna let them fight. He doesn't let Louis and Santiago fight in the restaurant. He's like, oh no, everybody be quiet because, you know, we're not gonna do this here. You know what I mean? Like we are in public and we are in an establishment. This ain't happening.
We are in a restaurant.
Yeah, he was that part. So he was like, and sleep.
Okay.
Yeah, we ain't doing that here.
Put him on timeout.
And when Santiago summoned him with Claudia breaking the rules, he sure came quick. Yeah. And he was like, yo, listen here now. Yeah. This is what's happening and this is why. And I don't think that he would have been the leader for this long of the coven had he not been able to hold it down.
That's
personally. Yeah, so that's my perspective.
Okay.
So I ain't like you, I'm curious to hear what other people think. But I think he's a very good leader.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I know there's a couple other things I want to go on, but I know we're kind of like going a little long. I'm curious what you all think where this is going to go to. Obviously, no spoilers in the chat for all of the book readers. Let us know what we got right, what we got wrong, and the fun one is what did we miss? And if you want to get to know this beautiful lady a little bit
There will
better,
be a link in the description to my social media handles. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Boom. That's what I'm talking about. I can't wait to see what y'all come up with. Thank you all so much for your time. We'll catch y'all on the next episode. All right, y'all. Take care. Peace.